I did want to note that you asked for a summary, and this is one of those disputes that the town was brought into. So
we're not sending council up to Andover to monitor, are we?
no, we're not.
It's
I mean, he was.
my understanding he just refiled again up in Andover.
I thought it was last week, and they actually turned him down again last week. That's my understanding.
Maybe it was
On the 9th.
Maybe a couple of weeks ago, yeah, but he was back again.
Filed something anew?
Didn't file, it's just to have further discussions with him. No formal.
Further discussions. Okay.
No formal submission as of yet, but my understanding is that he intends on filing again. This has been going on for close to 20 years, maybe more.
What is?
It's the land up behind.
I know that, right. But what's the issue?
The major, from what I understand, is the major issue is that the town of Andover isn't too enamored by the idea of offering them a permit there because of access. Obviously, the access is through North Reading, and they have no access through Andover to get there. The only access is off of Route 125, which has been denied by the state. It's just the emergency egress in case Martha's Pond gets flooded out. So as a result, you know, the town of Andover is concerned in relation to first response, in relation to ambulance service and fire service, police service, school busing issues, and making the matter a little more complex is that that's Essex County, we're Middlesex County, which apparently has some sort of bearing on something. Obviously, water wouldn't be much of an issue because we buy water from Andover anyway. But
well, as I recall, there is a street off of Chestnut, I believe.
Chestnut?
That you have to go through Linfield to get into North,
right.
Back into North Reading, right?
Grandview.
How was that handled?
That was handled years and years and years. I mean, Grandview Terrace has been there. Grandview, no, yeah, right off of Chestnut Street.
Becky Staples was
yeah. I don't know how that was handled, but that's pretty close. Proximity-wise, that's very close for the town of North Reading to get to. I mean, it's just a few hundred yards, a couple hundred yards, or 100 yards down the road and take a right and all of a sudden you're in. I mean, this way here, they have to come, you know, a mile down Route 28 and then probably a mile and a half in Burroughs Road, Old Andover Road in order to access.
I guess my question is, why are we spending money for something that Andover's land in Andover?
Yeah, but in addition, the land's in Andover, but they also had to get access and approval from our planning commission, which was granted, I understand. It has been over the years.
So why are we being solicited to approve something that we have no control over?
Well, I think what happened is they, in order to protect his interests, again, this is just hearsay from what I know, in order Mr. Petrosino to protect his interests in the entire project, he had to appeal the decision of the approval, believe it or not, what I understand, the local planning commission, and took it to court. So he appealed the denial by Andover, and I believe the approval from North Reading in total, just in order to protect his interests. Again, I don't know the legal ramifications of it all, but as a result,
and we had to defend. We had to defend our approval.
Defend our positions, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, if I may, why do we have to defend our approval? I wouldn't do it.
I may have it
no,
wrong,
I know, Steve. I'm not. If this is the case that we're paying to defend our approval, I say we drop the case.
Well, I don't know if it was mentioned that it was an approval with conditions, so there had to be a number of conditions, such as Andover is going to provide fire and police protection, and those type of issues. Those are all part of the town's approval when those items, amongst many others, are being disputed.
Oh, so he was appealing the conditions that was set on the approval.
Correct.
Okay, all right. That,
the view is the conditions set by the CPC are objectionable in some way to the applicant.
But we can just not do it. It's not in North Reading.
No, but if you don't defend your position, and judge finds that, then we become the first responders and we.
Well, I don't know if we do, Steve, because we don't actually, it's not in our town.
I don't,
Yeah,
I'm disagreeing.
Not, yeah, I know. I don't want to be spending money on something that we agree to. I don't know.
Yeah, it
guess,
appears as though, again, over the years, it appears as though our local planning commission has done their job in
Oh,
relation to their access issues and all the rest, and the rest of it, they're saying that's all Andover's problem.
I'm not faulting
Yeah,
the
right. So,
community CPC in any
so I
way,
don't
shape, or form. They did the right
Necessarily
thing.
disagree that, we're defending the
Yeah.
conditions which we.
I would suggest that the board recommend to the town administrator that not a additional dime be spent on anything regarding that particular parcel or access without it being brought back to the board. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, yeah.
So we don't
Yeah.
find
I
ourselves 6
I
months from
agree
now
with that.
still
I agree
spending
with
money?
that. I agree with
Is
that.
that acceptable, Greg? And inform our town attorney that
We need to know why
without
we have to defend ourselves.
getting approval, he's not getting paid.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we should communicate with the planning commission too, because
Yeah.
there may be other
Yeah,
issues that we need to
definitely.
be informed of.
Right.
Let them know, too, that we support them, but we don't want to be paying this bill for, it's not even us.
Okay. Is that all on legal bills? I'll entertain a motion, Michael.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve legal bills for October 2008 in the amount of $14,381.03 as follows. Copeland and Page PC General, $11,037.18. Copeland and Page PC Labor, $3,230. Copeland and Page PC Water, $113.85, totaling $14,381.03.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? We have, next item on our agenda is to accept a gift from the Department of Elder Affairs. Mr. Belkonis, I assume that you're supporting this?
I do support it, board members. There's a green memo in your amended agenda tonight, and it's a copy of a memo from the Elder Affairs Director, Mary Prenny, requesting that the board and the town accept a generous donation by the proprietor of the North Reading Veterinary Clinic, Dr. Joan Holby. And the reasons are specifically stated in the letter will be put to good use.
It says start an account, so we said, putting this money in a separate account, is that,
In a special account, specifically for the purposes that I noted in the donation.
comments, questions?
I think it's extremely generous of this individual to be stepping forward to assist
Very nice.
members of the community in need, and it's greatly appreciated, and I think we should also acknowledge it with a nice little letter from the chair.
It's huge. Have Linda or yourself draft up a letter? With that, Mr. Harris. Motion buried in there somewhere. I think it's.
Oh, here we go.
Get it?
Yeah, it's behind the moose. All right, that's behind the moose. Mr. Chairman, I move to accept the donation in the amount of $1,000 from Dr. Joan Barafaldi on behalf of the Department of Elder Affairs.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Now we have the long and lengthy list of appointments and reappointments. Let's get all your stuff
It's a
together.
fun time of year, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I should pull up the list. This
Historic
one
District.
page, Greg, is the entire list? Is this a summary?
Those are
Bear with
licenses,
me
right?
For 1 second. Yes,
Well, that's-
label number 11 in your packet.
Yeah.
And-
Those are licenses.
I'm sorry, no, not label number 11, my apologies.
Just a list.
Do you have a motion?
Yeah, I know we have a motion. I was just wondering if there was a summary.
HDC?
I'm searching like you. Second.
Yep, yeah, go ahead.
Want to go? Ready on number 10? You ready on 10?
Number 10?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names for appointment, reappointment as members of the Historic District Commission for terms to expire on December 31st, 2011. David Ham, 126 Chestnut Street, and Mark Hall, 12 Upton Avenue.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Delaney, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Discussion?
Well, we only have two, Mr. Chair, on there's three openings. I would recommend just a aye vote or nay vote, unless anybody is opposed to that.
Okay. All in favor?
No,
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names for appointment, reappointment as members of the Library Trustees for terms to expire on December 31st, 2011. Marcy Bailey, 20 Duane Drive. Grace Curley, 10 Laurel Road. Dan Solomon, 72 Marblehead Street. Tricia St. Germain, 7 Surrey Lane.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Delaney, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Mr. Delaney.
Mr. Chairman, I nominate Marcy Bailey, 21 Duane Drive, and Grace Curley, 10 Laurel Road.
Okay. Why don't we start with you? Mr.
Marcy
Delaney.
Bailey and Grace Curley.
Mr. Vino.
Marcy Bailey, Grace Curley.
Mr. Harris.
Marcy Bailey and Grace Curley.
Mr. O'Leary.
Marcy Bailey, Grace Curley.
And the chair votes Marcy Bailey, Grace Curley. And we have,
I have one if you're ready.
seeing,
Process serving, me.
all right, go ahead. We'll start with Mr. Vino.
Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following name for reappointment as a process serving constable for term to expire on December 31st, 2009. Harold Reynolds, 109 Park Street.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Vino, seconded by Mr. O'Leary.
Is an aye vote on this as well, or
Yeah.
there's one?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
Mr. Chairman, I move to place into nomination the following names for reappointment as detail constables for a term to expire on December 31st, 2009. Carl Berg and Jerry Berg.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Vino, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Again, this is two openings, right? Two candidates.
Yep, yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
Chairman, in your packet, there's a couple.
Yeah, right. Got it.
Board of Appeals. Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names for appointment or reappointment as an associate member of the Board of Appeals for a term to expire December 31st, 2011, with one opening. Jennifer Platt, Andrew Schultz.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. O'Leary, seconded by Mr. Delaney.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend the reappointment of Jennifer Platt. She's been serving in this capacity for over 3 years. Done a terrific job, sat in on numerous hearings. Certainly worthy of reappointment. Appreciate her stepping forward again.
Okay. Roll call vote. Mr. O'Leary?
Jennifer Platt.
Mr. Harris?
Jennifer Platt?
Mr. Vino?
Jennifer Platt.
Mr. Delaney?
Jennifer Platt.
Chair votes Jennifer Platt.
Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names